So what we're going to do now is give you an introduction to this simulation as a part of this course, and we'll look at the simulation here in just a minute, but this is round one. In this round, we are not attempting to trick you by any means. You already have really good builder knowledge and builder sense, and so you'll put this thing together your own way. It's going to be awesome, and we're going to hit a time, and then I'll show you with the Takt production system how we can make it even better. So some simulations that you've been to in the past were like, hey, here, let's go ahead and play it. Let's see how badly you suck, and like, let me show you the right way. This is not what that's about. Let's see how awesome you are is round one, and then let's make it even awesomer. So this is round one. It's called Plan and Build It Your Way. I'm going to introduce the simulation over here. This is a printed simulation. So who has like really big, strong hands? Okay, yeah, you'll come over here. Like, do not use those strong hands on my simulation. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go back over there. So these are spot footings. The green, they're continuous footings, or they're the connecting footings, and you can call them grade beams if you want. The yellow, the aluminum, are columns. Red, column caps. The yellow are primary beams. The cream colored ones are secondary beams, or you can call them purlins. And the orange are the joists. The clear roof panels are roof panels. And then the outside exterior, this is storefront. Inside this paper, which from a quality standpoint doesn't have to be perfect, that is your slab on grade. So when you place these in here, be very careful. This is the simulation. Now, some of you are probably thinking, hey, Jason, we don't build buildings like this. They're a lot more complex. This is simply to show you how to do it. If you had on your building like a complex lobby and like dense office spaces, maybe a back of house mechanical area, you can still Takt it and use the system. It's all about adjusting your zone sizes. So that will be taught in the overall Takt production system course, but this will give you a good preview to how to create flow. And so the pattern is going to be on a 4x6. By the way, I call this a column square right here. Okay, I at least show you one of them so that you can know how to build it, but in this situation I built the whole thing so that you can see what it looks like and you can touch it and feel it and do whatever you want. This is to teach Takt control. The Takt production system is taught in a different course in its entirety, how to make a macro level, norm level, micro level Takt plan. This is about Takt control. Once you have the plan, how do you create flow and maintain that flow as we go? Okay, so there will be 3 rounds in most of these simulations. With this group today, I'm going to do 2. So round 1, you will plan it yourself. Round 2, we're going to use it with the Takt production system. You'll see how the Takt production system will help us to create flow. Now, I want to go over the rules here. There's 1 trade partner per color. That means if I am installing the orange, that is a single trade partner. I can't have another trade partner go in and install that. But there is 1 person represents 1 crew. You can have multiple crews for a trade partner. Max limit 2, meaning like you can't say, oh, I want 4 crews for the color orange. Maximum you can have 1 or 2. I would default mostly to having 1 unless you have like a need for it. We have 11 people, so you'll have 10 people playing the game as builders and 1 person who's your logistics human being. So that's how this is done. On the board, I'm going to walk over here. What I'm going to ask you all to do in round 1 is to at least list your buyout. What you'll do is you can do this by color or trade or whatever. You'll list out the different scopes and then you'll say, okay, you know, this person is going to go install it. However you buy it out, like let's say the blue, if you wanted to keep it simple, or you could just put, you know, spot footings. However you buy this out, that is the person that has to do it. Nico has to do the blue. No one else can do the blue. Okay, that's how you do it. Another rule, work is contracted as trades and crews. You only install your work. Number 4, you can get materials, others can get materials, and your logistics person can get materials. So that means I can go grab my materials from the logistics tables over here to the side, or another team member, a different trade partner can help me, like forklift it in place, or I can have a dedicated logistics person that does it. Who of this group would like to be the logistics person? And before you answer, they need to be sharp, quick, and probably count in their mind and be able to anticipate need. Who wants to do it? Okay, Alondra, wonderful. This is a logistics table here. By the way, if you're watching this on video online, we're setting this up. This is what it would actually look like in the real world. So these tables must be 3 feet away, minimum. We'll just call it 1 meter. So if you're a logistics person, you can always be moving things in place. You can have as much of anything as you want in your hand and stage them here, but then when I go to install it, I can only have 1 piece in my hand. okay? You can get materials, so I can go over here and say, I need a column. Another trade partner can say, hey, I see Home Dude needs a column. Or your logistics person can be like, oh, he needs a column. Here's one that's really complex. If I put, and usually people get tripped up on this, it's just this simple. If I have this piece of material on or next to that square, only this contractor, or this crew rather, for this contractor can install work in that square. People will start, they'll be like, well, I'm gonna pre-stage everything, and they stage something over here, and I'm like, what? That's gonna get in your way. Well, no, I'm only working over here. And I'm like, no, it would probably be better to just like let your work go this way and then bring this behind, right? So don't make your logistics too complex. I can go install work, but when I get here, can this one keep going? No, because this is staged on or next to, and it deactivates that square. Only this contractor can work. That's probably one of the most important rules. As we're playing the simulation, I'll keep an eye on that. If we have a black mat, sometimes we bring the mat with us, or within the blue tape lines. In this case, I'll modify the actual colors. This will be the red tape lines. You'll play within the red tape lines. So this is your space, this is your space, this is your space. You cannot stage outside or outside on the other side. And then you can prefabricate anything you want before your time starts. You can pause the time if you need to. You are complete when the building is built and the owner accepts that there are no defects. So I will tell you, yep, it's done, we've stopped the time. No more than 10 people plus the logistics support at the table. If you're using takt time, you can adjust your takt time as you go. The spot footing pieces go together. So that means this light blue and this dark blue go together. And then you cannot prefabricate the green and the blue, their footings. You're just gonna have to stick build them, okay? If you're using takt, you can only have one train in the exercise, and prefabrication does not count against your time. So these are the rules, and what you'll do this first round is I'll give you 10 minutes, and you'll touch and feel and like get used to it, talk about your plan, and have a general discussion, okay? Once you do that, then I'm gonna stop, and some of you will disassemble this. The parts will go over to your logistics table, and you'll stage them however you want. Use your builder knowledge for that, and some of you who know the plan will come up here and say, how am I going to buy it out? I would also suggest maybe a sequence plan, right? And so you can build this first round with CPM, you can do it with Gantt charts, you can use Scrum, Last Planner, you can pull plan it, you can takt it, you can do whatever you want. This is your round. Once we do that, you will build it and we will time you, and then we'll do a reflection at the end and see where we ended up. And so all you have to do is comply with these rules and we're good to go.